Right now, let's go live to Queen's Park. This is where Doug Ford is speaking to the media.
It was a year ago. But what I want to look at is the end result. I want to make sure it's a beautiful destination for the millions and millions of people that come to Toronto to visit, that they have a destination to go to. And then I have to think about the 16 million people that are here, that when they come into the city, they have a beautiful place to go. There's so much public realm, and it's going to be stunning. It's going to be world class. That's what it's going to be.
I asked that question because, we obtained a slide by FOI and have published this.
Sure.
That was a presentation the Ministry of Tourism made to you and your staff before you awarded this contract at the time you were considering Therme, that highlights how it was operating 6 facilities in 2 countries, including Germany. Now, if the New York Times story is accurate, that wouldn't be true. So we're trying to understand, was the government misled by Therme? And if you find out that they did lie to you about this, what are you going to do about it?
Well, again, I'm going to get my deputies to look into it, and they're going to get back to me. I want to see the detailed agreement. And folks, when stuff like this gets chosen, no matter through world-class operation at Infrastructure Ontario or other places, I don't go out there and pick what train we're doing or buying for Metrolinx or this or that. I rely on our agencies, Infrastructure Ontario. So I'll look into it. I'll dig deep. Don't worry.
We will now move to questions from the phone.
Oh, this is a new one from the phone.
We have a question from Elda McDonald from Global News Halifax. Your line is open.
Thank you. This question is actually for Premier Houston and Premier Holt. And my question is, what Nova Scotian and New Brunswick industries do you foresee benefiting the most from this new trade agreement with Ontario?
I think the potential for, a province like Nova Scotia, 1 million people in a country of 40 million, it opens up so many markets. And I think that's we talked about, there was a question earlier about safety vests, but I think the safety vests are just kind of a symbol. You could be a construction company sitting in Nova Scotia and thinking, well, gee, I can't do work in Ontario because there's all these little restrictions and it's just not worth it. We're removing those so we can open up the imaginations of those companies that say that's a big market and we have a great product, we deliver a good service, we can go to that market. So it's that feeling of hope and optimism that I think it delivers to citizens when they know that they can actually operate and sell and trade across the country, the entire country, when we get there with full free trade. But so look, the obvious ones, there's lots of really ridiculous restrictions around transportation, around different types of tires and braking systems and stuff that are safe in one province but not in the neighboring province. So removing all of those things opens up the potential. But I have to tell you, there's a lot of Nova Scotia businesses that are very excited about opening up new market potential for themselves, and it's across a number of different sectors. So I'm excited and they're excited. Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't think there's much I can add on to what Premier Houston said, other than it's exactly that. There's absolutely clear opportunities for New Brunswick's large transportation sector that right now have to change drivers, change trucks, change stickers when they cross various borders. That costs time, that costs money. To get to Jeff's specific question is how does it create a burden? It means you need more staff than you needed. You need more time. You have logistical challenges to move goods from one side of the country to the other, and we're looking forward to seeing those rules open up on transportation in particular, because New Brunswick is quite a hub of transportation companies. But we also similarly have entrepreneurs that are really excited to get access to a broad Canadian market where they don't have to take their product and change the label and get it re-inspected by another inspection facility. Again, this costs time, this costs money. And so we're excited to recognize that every product that has a Nova Scotia label on it that's been inspected in Nova Scotia can hit the shelves in New Brunswick, and New Brunswickers can enjoy that. And the same with products that have New Brunswick labels can hit the shelves in Ontario without the extra red tape and costs and burden that New Brunswick companies experience today, which makes the whole market of Canada more accessible, makes it cost less to do business, and it means we're going to do more trade in Canada with each other, and that's good for everyone.
Sorry,
Thank you. And then my follow-up was just also for Premier Houston. Nova Scotian taxpayers have paid for you to visit Ontario a few times for some discussions with Premier Ford. I'm wondering if there's any plans to invite Premier Ford out to Nova Scotia moving forward.
Oh, I love having this guy down in Nova Scotia. We've had him down a couple times for sure. We hosted the COF in Halifax a couple times, but this is a great country. Every part of this country is great. It's one country, and we're really excited about making sure we make it that way on trade. But Premier Ford and Premier Holt and all my colleagues know that the door is wide open. They have a great time in Nova Scotia, but I would not limit that invitation to just the premiers. Everyone in this room is also invited to Nova Scotia. We'd love to welcome you down. So I appreciate the question. Unfortunately, I got to get on my plane back to Halifax, but I just want to say to Premier Ford and to Premier Holt and my colleagues across the country, this is a good day, and there's work to be done for sure. I'm committed, and I know my colleagues are committed to doing. But thanks for your interest today. Talk to you soon.
Have a safe flight.
The next question comes from the line of Sean Chillibeck from Brunswick News. Your line is open.
This is an MOU, being signed between 3 different provinces. But what will you do tomorrow and going forward to convince the other provinces to sign similar MOUs?
Making phone calls, communication. We have the greatest group of premiers. We all communicate. Again, that goes back to my last comment. None of us care about the political stripes. We have NDP premiers, Liberal premiers, Conservative premiers, and we all get along extremely well. And we want to do what's best for, number one, their province or territory, and be the best for Canada. And that's exactly what we're doing, tearing down these trade barriers and all working together. But I think the world of our premiers. We have a great group.
John, you want me to add to that?
Yeah, go. Sorry.
Hey, John, how you doing? There's certainly lots of conversations happening between me and Premier Lance, Premier Fury, and all the other premiers across Canada because we want to move. We want to make forward progress. We want to use the momentum that's available to us to reassure Canadians and New Brunswickers that have been stressed about the negative economic impact of tariffs, that there is positive economic impact when Team Canada gets together and uses its full force. So New Brunswick's having those conversations with every other premier.
With the Maritimers.
And since I have you, just very quickly, will you keep barriers in place if those other provinces don't agree to change their barriers?
Well, that's a good hypothetical question that reflects the nature of the conversations we're having right now with our neighbors. I think there was a question from Le Droit about Quebec, so we're keen to understand what exemptions they're going to get rid of. There are some things that New Brunswick's just done point blank. We're not looking for reciprocity. We've moved forward with labour mobility. We don't need reciprocity on that. We've removed exceptions from our procurement. We don't need reciprocity on that. So there's a number of things we're moving ahead with independently, and then there's lots of conversations we're having with neighbouring provinces and all across Canada to figure out who can move forward with us, how far can we go, let's go all the way. So that's in the works right now.
Yeah, well, I just have the best time. You were talking about when I come out to Nova Scotia or New Brunswick. I love it out there. The people are so friendly. They are. I got to tell you one quick story. I'm on the plane, and this was I think just not too long ago when we were out there before, and there was a couple, and they start chatting it up with me, and they said, well, if you don't have a place to stay, come over for dinner tonight, and you can stay at our place. But they weren't joking around. This is the hospitality. They have the biggest hearts in the world on the East Coast, and I just love it there. And I have the best time of my life when I go there. They're so hospitable and so friendly every time I go. So I got to get over there again shortly. I'm going to wait a month till it warms up a bit.
June 8th.
Yeah. Are we all done, folks?
Our next question comes from the line of Paul Bacon from All Nova Scotia. Your line is open.
All right, busy day for Doug Ford today. The new session of the legislature officially got underway this morning, and Premier Doug Ford met with 2 premiers from the Maritimes today to outline the latest steps to break down interprovincial trade barriers in the face of U.S. tariffs.